You're on the train, chin dipped, thumb scrolling, or at a desk, shoulders creeping up around your ears. Or maybe you're in your bed, phone held above your face at 1 in the morning, neck at an angle you'd never hold for anyone else. Right now, watching this, there's a decent chance your own head is doing exactly the same thing, tipped forward, neck doing all the work so the rest of you doesn't have to move. In one survey of smartphone users, almost 2 in 3 reported neck pain, nearly half had headaches. And when asked if they'd actually cut back on the habit causing it, almost nobody said yes. Not because they didn't believe it, but because knowing didn't change anything. So today, no sit-up straight lecture. We're going inside your neck, mid-scroll, to see what's actually happening structurally when you do this. And it's stranger and more fixable than you think. Here's the misconception, that this is just bad posture, a bit of slouching fixed by rolling your shoulders back for a few seconds. It isn't. Your neck isn't a beanbag that gets a bit squashed and pops back into shape. Think of it more like a tower crane, a stacked column engineered to hold a genuinely heavy load, and to hold it well only when that load sits directly on top of the structure, not hanging off the front of it. What's actually going on here isn't vague posture, it's leverage, a straightforward engineering problem, playing out on a structure that was never designed for it. Your head weighs about the same as a bowling ball, 10 to 12 pounds, sitting neutrally on your spine. Tip it forward to read a text, and one biomechanical model estimates the load your neck bears rises fast. At 15 degrees, it's already roughly doubled. At 30 degrees, normal texting angle, it's about 40 pounds. At 60 degrees, hunched right over, that same model puts it at 60 pounds. That's an estimate, not a direct measurement, but the underlying principle holds. Same bowling ball, but with more leverage against you the further forward it tips. Here's the part almost nobody talks about. When your head sits forward for hours, your body doesn't just let the load sit there, it recruits help. The big surface muscles at the back of your neck and shoulders start working overtime to hold your head up, and the evidence suggests they're firing harder even at rest in people with this posture. But here's the twist. The deep stabilizing muscles, the ones actually built to hold your neck in a neutral position, appear to underperform by comparison. Not because they're weak in the way an unused muscle usually gets weak, it looks more like a coordination problem. The surface muscles have taken over the job, and the deep ones simply stop being asked to do it. So when you finally try to sit up straight, it doesn't fix itself instantly, and that's not a willpower problem. The muscles that should be doing the work have gone quiet, and you're asking tired, overworked ones to cover for absent ones. It's like sacking your best employee and wondering why the understaffed team keeps making mistakes. Nerves aren't the only thing that structural position affects. This also turns out to be where a lot of random headaches come from. Running through your neck alongside all that overworked muscle is a bundle of nerves, including one called the occipital nerve, which feeds sensation to the back of your scalp. In a blinded study comparing people with chronic tension headaches to people without, the headache group consistently showed more forward head posture, a smaller angle between the base of the skull and the neck, and the worse that angle was, the more frequent the headaches tended to be. It's a correlation, not a proof of direct cause. Nobody's claiming your neck angle alone is cause of every headache. But if you get a dull, tight headache that seems to come from nowhere at the end of a long scrolling session, your neck's structural position is a genuine suspect, quietly compressing signal pathways it was never meant to squeeze. Here's where it gets genuinely counterintuitive, even to me, and I read this stuff for a living. You'd assume the cushioning discs between your neck bones wear down simply because your head sits forward. One study tested that directly, comparing how far forward people's heads sat against disc degeneration on MRIs. It found no meaningful link between forward head position and disc wear. What it did find a strong link with was something more subtle, whether the neck had lost its natural gentle curve. A flattened neck, not a forward one, was what tracked with degeneration. So the popular version of this story is slightly wrong. It's not the lean, it's whether your neck still remembers how to curve. So what actually helps? Not a 40-pound posture corrector, and not gritting your teeth to hold your shoulders back for 5 minutes before you forget again. A randomized trial tested this properly: spinal mobilization and postural correction exercises against a control group in people with these headaches. Both active groups saw a real, measurable drop in headache severity and neck pain, and the improvement was still holding 2 months later. Not because anyone fixed their posture in one sitting, but because they retrained the muscles that had gone quiet to switch back on. That's the actual fix, not a moment of willpower holding a position you're going to abandon in 90 seconds. It's waking up the deep muscles that should have been doing this job the whole time, giving the quiet ones a reason to switch back on, rather than just scolding the tired ones for straining. Your neck was built to carry that bowling ball. It's carried it your whole life, through every single day. You've never thought about it once. It just needs the right crew back on shift. So next time you're on that train, or hunched at your desk, or scrolling in bed at 1 in the morning, and you catch yourself chin down, it's not really about posture. It's about which muscles are doing the work, and which ones have quietly clocked off. Next video, we're going somewhere else your body does something without asking your permission first. Something you'll probably recognize before I even finish the sentence. If this helped you see your neck differently, subscribe, and I'll see you in 2 weeks. And the standard note: everything here is general education and physiology, not personal medical advice. If something is worrying you, please speak to your own GP.